Good evening. I'm going to be discussing the content.js portion of the assignment, and then I'm going to go into some of the HTML that I changed up. Now, in this content.js, we are using an XML HTTP request that we've set into a variable, and then on onload that function runs, and then it parses out that information. I used the inner HTML property for the majority of this project to change the information within the HTML. I guess it would make sense to kind of go through the HTML real quick just to show you the changes that I've made. When I originally did this, I had some sections in here, but I erased them thinking that I was doing a double wrapper. I have a better grasp on what that is now. So I've added the sections back in here so I can add conditionals within the content.js so that when any of these load, it's not causing errors. I've put a section for this location section, a section for the blog post, a section for the events and new hikers and the about. Then the events, it has articles, it has an aside section, and then destinations. This is the picture. Destinations. There wasn't a lot that I'm changing here. I did change out these H3 elements here and changed out this image tag. Now I didn't originally have an image tag in here, and to me it made sense to add one, but I'm changing it out using JavaScript. And then this connect page, it doesn't really have much that I can loop through and change out just because it's really just a form here to connect with Hiker's Guide. Then so here I'm changing out the location section. I am setting a variable, then finding this H3 element and then changing its inner HTML with this data locations, which is a JSON object here. So if it's data locations 0, so the first instance city, let's go to that. Okay, well, let me show you what it looks like. Location, Las Vegas, Nevada, Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area. Loops through and it changes out the images, and then this is actually the blog post section. So it's changed out the images, it's changed out this lorem ipsum, it's done that for all of them. Then it goes into this join the adventure. This is call to action. Changes out this little section here. Changes out the up and coming events. Puts date, title, a subtitle, or the paragraph. It gets changed out. Then it has a new hikers section. It changed out. This is Bob, and then so forth. These are just looped through that JSON data. And then when I go to my other pages, it does something similar. It's changing out the information, and I'm not getting errors. I'm able to use just that one content.js file, and it works. Connect doesn't have much changed. I didn't really change anything out there. So let me go back to this here. Here's the code for it. So it loops through all the blog posts using a for loop, sets the values, the document selector, look for the call to action. What I learned during this time is I don't need to keep using document. So once I've declared this area, I'm now using that events to select from that events section, which is pretty cool. And then I believe that's it. Thank you and have a nice evening.